Good evening, everyone. How are you guys doing? On behalf of my family, let me just thank all of the grassroots supporters, the Republican Party members, Chairman Schaefer, all of the donors, the elected officials that are here. Just thank you so much for helping us hold the line here in Georgia. As you all know, we're the red wall that is trying to stop socialism in this great state. And we can't thank you enough for the hours of sweat, your financial resources, your time that you have given for these three candidates. The sacrifices that we all have made for 9 long weeks, phone calls, door knocking, you all kept chopping. And we want to thank you for that. And you can, absolutely. You know, when I was in the other room over there saying hello to a few folks and shaking some hands, I ran into a guy you all know, our former governor, Sonny Perdue. What a great Georgian and a great American that has served this state and this country, and nobody worked harder than him on this campaign supporting his cousin David and Kelly, and we need to give him a big round of applause for that. I also want to say something about my friend Bubba McDonald that, quite honestly, in the national media has gotten the left out of a lot of the conversations about these runoffs, but he's an important part of that. He has been a friend of Marty's family and a friend of mine for many, many years. He's been a great public servant to our state in the legislature and on the Public Service Commission, and quite honestly, a big part of the reason why we're the #1 state in the country for business, because of the things that they have been doing. He has provided great leadership. So I want to thank Bubba and his family for their service and thank them for fighting hard in this runoff. I also want to mention how much I have enjoyed fighting with David Perdue. You know, David was on the bus tour with us back in 2018, trying to, save the soul of our state, as we said, at every stop. We went to 91 counties in the last 3 weeks of the campaign, and David and his family and others were on those at many of those bus stops. And since I became governor, I've had the opportunity to work with him a lot, especially on the Hurricane Michael relief that Senator Perdue really led the charge on in Washington with the leadership of Secretary Perdue at USDA and the Ag Department, our Ag Commissioner Gary Black, but it was David that was on the ground every day up there in D.C. And I know a lot of people here wondered sometimes why they didn't see him that much, but it's because he was taking our priorities to the halls of Congress and to the White House to get help for our farmers. And I'll be forever grateful, and our state will as well, for the great work that he did. And as you guys know, David he's an outsider. He's a business guy. He has taken that mentality to Washington, D.C., which is why he built such a powerful relationship with the president, because he's exactly the same way, an outsider, a business guy. And they all went up there and were fighting the swamp. And I want to thank David for that as well, and the president as well. But I was also honored to appoint someone to the United States Senate when another great Georgian and a great American, Johnny Isakson, decided to retire. And there's not a finer man that served the Republican Party in Georgia and politics than Johnny Isakson, I will tell you that. But I really felt like when I appointed Kelly that I was appointing someone a lot like the president and a lot like David Perdue, a political outsider, a novice to campaigns, as you remember, back early in the first election, but also someone that had literally lived the American dream, from being a farm girl to buying the New York Stock Exchange and moving all over the country, you know, having to make her own way. First member of their family to graduate from college and be able to follow their dreams and be very successful. And they've made a great team up in Washington over these last many months. And I think, you know, I knew I was appointing a conservative when I appointed Kelly. I knew I was appointing a fighter. And I think we have all seen that, certainly over the last few months and the last 9 weeks with both Kelly and David. So I am grateful for how hard they have fought for our state, how hard they have fought to save our country and to be the red wall that stops socialism and all the many other things that we have talked about. But I want to, and we clap for that too. I want to leave you with just a couple of things. Number one, I want to thank you all on behalf of my family for your thoughts and prayers. This has been, you know, this has been a tough time for our family for a lot of reasons, not just because of the U.S. Senate race and Bubba's race, but just because of what we've been going through, what every state's been going through with the pandemic, civil unrest, unprecedented things that we've had to deal with in our state, the tragic loss of a young life way too soon that was the love of our family and a love of Lucy's. And I just can't tell you how much we appreciate every single day people calling and texting me and letting us know that they're praying for me. And we feel that. And I just want to thank you how hard you all have been working to hold it for Harrison. And I want to say this to all the people that knew that young man, 20 years old, that contagious smile, as I said at his service, that goofy demeanor that he had so much that made you love him so much, that camaraderie that the people that are in this room and have been on the campaign trail over all these many months that worked with him and loved him because of that, people that knew him because of friendships with Lucy and our family, the elected officials like myself at high places, you know, Senator Perdue, Senator Loeffler, myself, he worked or volunteered for all of us. He could go up and speak to the Secretary of Agriculture, a former governor, a U.S. Senator, to a governor, just like he could speak to any one of you. I mean, he was the salt of the earth. And it has been heartbreaking for our family. But it's also been heartbreaking for the Deal family. And they are with us tonight. And I want to let you all know how much we appreciate you all also saying to us that you have been praying for his parents, Kurt and Jenny, and his sisters, Hannah and Hallie. And I hope y'all will just give a warm welcome to the Deal family tonight. And if you would allow me, I'd like to lead us in a word of prayer as I close out tonight. And then we get on to the celebrating. But Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you for the many blessings that you have given us. I want to thank you for the life of Harrison Deal and all that he brought to my family, to myself, to his family, to this state, to these many people that he knew. I want to thank you for the light and the life that he has given to this state and all that his principled upbringing, his values, and his commitment to the things that we believe in, he left like we did on the field. And we will miss him. but we know that we will never forget him. And I just ask that you continue to bless his family, our family, and all those that knew and worked with Harrison. I pray this in your son's name, who I know Harrison was a believer in, is with now. And we will do as he would want. We will keep on chopping. Amen. Thank you very much.